From the High School for Recording Arts in St. Paul, we present another edition of the Midwest Basketball League. Today, a big game for the Minnesota Lakers as they continue their push for a wild card playoff spot. The Lakers host the two-time defending champion Cedar Valley CourtKings. Hi everyone, I'm Mike Peden alongside Don Ackerman. Don, last time we were here, the Lakers lost to TC Elite.
Right.
TC Elite holding the season series. Briefly held the wild card playoff spot in the Northwest Division, but last week, Cedar Valley knocked off TC Elite. The Lakers picked up a big win over Rochester, and once again, the Lakers have the upper hand. That being said, if they want to keep that upper hand for a playoff berth, they have to win this game.
Right, I was thinking Cedar opened the door and they could close it too today. So they create an opportunity and they could take it away all on their own. And the Lakers, they control their own destiny again, which is exactly what you want when you're getting this close to the playoffs.
Couple of changes for the Lakers. Kevin Thompson is back after he was absent last week, but Latrell Love no longer with the team. How is that going to change the dynamic?
He brought a lot of energy for sure. I mean, obviously maybe overbubbled a little bit too much with the energy. I think these guys still got it though, because they really are more of a distributed team with the scoring. So as long as they can keep that going, Rock can do what Rock does, I think they'll be all right.
And energy is something Cedar Valley hopes to bring today. They already have the #1 seed in the Western Conference, but they know they're playing against a team still pushing for a playoff spot. And when you're hungry, it sometimes shows.
Yeah, and if you can beat the two contenders back-to-back on the way to the playoffs, that gives you a lot of confidence for the playoffs coming up, and it shows that what you're doing is working.
That being said, Cedar Valley has only lost once over the last couple of seasons. The team that beat them was TC Elite. Expect a lot of talent and a lot of firepower from Cedar Valley. We'll have the starting lineups in a moment. You're watching the Midwest Basketball League.
Early.
Cedar Valley at 14-1, Minnesota at 8-5. As we noted in the open, Cedar Valley already locking the #1 spot in the Western Conference, picking up the Northwest Division without too much difficulty. That being said, this Lakers team, they've been on the cusp in the two meetings at Cedar Valley. They would love to finally get over the hump here.
Then now's the time.
If they want to preserve their playoff hopes, this is the time. Now, the game that was postponed back on April 15th, the original home opener, has been rescheduled for next Sunday. And depending on what happens this weekend and TC Elite, they play next weekend, that's going to be a pivotal game.
Yeah.
A pivotal weekend.
In a way, that's what you want as a league. The last game of the season turns out to be the playoff clinching weekend.
Kind of like Wolves Nuggets back in April.
Keep the drama. Yeah, nothing wrong with that last second game meaning everything.
We have a couple of updates for you. We mentioned Latrell Love no longer with the Lakers. He resigned. Again, there was some emotions that were overflowing after the loss to TC Elite. But Cedar Valley, they're without several of their key players today. Raheem Tyner is one of them, and Rajon Kelly. Tyner was last year's Rookie of the Year. Now we'll see if that holds true in the next few minutes here.
Yeah, let's see the impact
That's
of that.
the update we have, and if we do see him, then I'm going to go get my facts checked. So let's take a look at the starters, and we're just going to take the floor. For the Lakers, it will be number 14, Therese Smith, number 4, Dominique Dawson, Rock Rogers, number 5, Kevin Thompson, he's back, he's starting number 23, and Quentin Jackson, number 24. For the CourtKings, it's David Stanley, number 3, Andre Hicks, number 14, Brady Burfer, number 23, Johnny Jackson, number 50, and Anthony James, number 52.
Yeah, obviously with Love's absence, it's very important that Thompson's back, so we can see some good game going on here. Let's see if it's an inside or outside action, depending on size and ability today.
Well, and this was how tough the Lakers took that loss to TC Elite in our last home meeting. As the Lakers win the tip, they held a team meeting right after the game and ran for about half an hour.
Well, it seemed to be a good move.
We'll find out. Because that loss was their second straight. And the CourtKings get on the board first. Anthony James turns a steal into a triple. Cedar Valley coming off a 20-point win over Rochester. The Lakers last played Sunday, beating Rochester by about 25. Rock Rogers fires. Yes.
And Rock's talking. I don't think I've heard a lot of that.
Well, without Latrell Love,
Somebody.
while he could be erratic in terms of his emotion, he was the spark plug. He was the guy who could rally the team when he was in the zone.
Well, if
Johnny
that's what's
Jackson hits
motivating
the
Rock,
baseline
then
jam.
that's even more impressive to know that he needs to fill that void.
Now, I don't see Rock or anyone else being that flamboyant, but someone else has got to be the vocal leader now.
I like it.
It's 5-3 in favor of the CourtKings. Of course, it's early.
Oh, we didn't see it
That's
coming.
not what you want if you're Jason Sandefur. Now, it is warm today, dew point in the mid-60s. We'll have to see how condensation plays a role. We saw that in the TC Elite game, several stoppages to clean up the floor. I hope both teams brought their towels because I think they're going to need them.
Oh, shoot. I was going to bring a towel. I forgot. But I can definitely feel the difference. It's definitely warm in here today.
That's all right. That'll give you time to maybe get a towel sponsorship next year.
That's right. We got to work on that.
Andre Hicks steps into a 16-footer.
Shout out to Kohl's. I love to do my shopping at Kohl's. They carry towels and other bathroom materials.
Kohl's, Target. How many companies can we drop?
Hopefully the right one.
Right. I've always thought that to be a strategy.
Ooh.
Just name drop a bunch of organizations and maybe one will sponsor us. CourtKings in transition. And shooting free throws will be Brady Burford.
Okay, look at, here we go. Listen to this. We got Thompson's already fired up. Now he got quiet, but he started out real loud. That was a loud defensive play too. That was very strong to the hoop too. Wow.
Burford, a team workhorse. And I spoke with Cedar Valley's coaching staff. While winning 2 titles in the semi-pro league won't get you the coverage that the Warriors have earned over the last several years, the impact, the influence they're having in the state of Iowa is resonating. The mayor of Waterloo praised what this team has done over the last couple of years.
Well, I know that's one thing the Lakers pride themselves on is their community involvement. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's something that's through the league. Players looking to give back and have an impact in the communities that they live and work in and ball in.
Well, throughout the season, I've met a lot of players on both sides as Kevin Thompson displays his acceleration.
That was nice. Lane's open today. Nice move by Thompson.
A toll-free zone the lane is. Missing the fadeaway is Johnny Jackson. Therese Smith bounces it over to Thompson, and he'll shoot free throws. Now, you see Thompson attacking the lane in the last couple of possessions. Cedar Valley told me for them to win this game, it's going to have to be done in the paint. They feel the interior defense will decide who wins this one.
Well, that's something that I guess I've wondered watching a couple of these games. So I'll be excited to see if the team does decide to use an inside presence. Right there, he took a shot from the outside. So far that contradicts what we've heard. But I'd like to see some inside. I like some inside-outside game, and I'm looking forward to seeing that if that's true.
And that's a presence you're missing with the departure of Latrell Love. He was one of your inside threats along with Dominique Dawson.
Yeah, Dawson's definitely a shot blocker too. So if they want to go inside, we'll get to see that.
I know you felt they didn't utilize their post players enough in the last game with TC Elite, but give credit to TC Elite's defense because they shut them down in the paint.
Right, yeah. I mean, I appreciate the talent by players on both sides. I try to be neutral. I just see a lot of talent with Dawson, and I kind of want to see it used.
It's 9-6. Fadeaway. Does not fall for Burford.
Oh, nice defense. Slow down. Oh, got
Thompson
an
was
aggressive
scrapping for the
defense.
rebound. And Andre Hicks gets tagged with a foul.
You can definitely see the Lakers are fired up. There's a lot more communication than we've seen in the past today, so that's exciting. I love to see good communication on a ball team.
Thompson for 3. Short.
Nice board.
Smith.
Oh.
Deflected by Cedar Valley. Now the shot clock didn't reset. That hit rim. So the Lakers, they're going to have 8 to shoot, and nobody noticed the clock. Thompson fires. Now the shot clock resets.
I think the Lakers ran what they wanted.
James missing the 3. Rock Rogers with the rebound.
Oh, yeah, court to court. We got end-to-end defense now.
Well, even though Cedar Valley has locked up a playoff spot, it's kind of like the Lynx over the last few years. You're playing with house money. They still want to win.
I was going to say, I don't think they care. I was thinking
now
about...
Now the shot clock didn't reset again. Rock Rogers hits a 3, but someone's got to address the clock.
Well, yeah, it's like the anti-home court advantage. Normally, you'd expect it to not get reset on your opponents, not on yourself.
Well, let's see what happens here in Cedar Valley's end. Well, Brady Burford banks it off the glass, but pay attention when an offensive rebound is made. Because unless there's some weird rule change, the shot clock should reset to 24.
No, watch for it. Look at the defense, the intensity. Yeah, that's not a team that's locked anything up. They're fighting like it's on the line right now.
5 to shoot. Quentin Jackson draws a foul. He'll shoot 2.
That was a tough shot. He switched hands there right at the last second. Prevented him from making the shot, but he did get the foul. He'll get 2.
And I have to imagine the loss to TC Elite fired up this Lakers team. You saw the big win they got over Rochester, a team that had played them pretty close in the last couple of meetings. They've been on the cusp. In the first meeting against Cedar Valley, the Lakers were leading late, couldn't held on to it. They're hungry.
They're hungry.
They want to get over that proverbial hump.
We got a 1-bucket game, so far so good. There we go, 1-point game.
Lakers are splitting at the line, though, and as we saw in the TC Elite game, they left a lot of points there.
Definitely something you can spend some time working on if you're having trouble with those foul shots. I won't even call them free throws.
They were anything but free in our last meeting. 1 and done for the CourtKings there.
Lakers looking to run.
Jackson out of control.
Maybe running too much.
Now that didn't hit rim, so the shot clock is correct. Rock Rogers draws the blocking foul. He'll shoot 2.
Now see, it's funny because he actually runs at a different pace than everybody. You see everybody else trying to run down the court as fast as they can. Rock has that hesitation, that slowdown. He'll set some pace to himself so he can get himself an opening. I mean, in a way, watching a lot of World Cup lately, that's the good plays is when you create the separation. It's not always by outrunning everybody. Sometimes you just pause, and then you get your shot like Rock just did there. And that looks like another split at best. All that work, and you don't get that free throw. It hurts.
How many times have we seen games decided by free throws?
Kids, work on that shot.
It's the only time you'll get a shot without anybody in your face outside of transition looks.
Absolutely. It's something you can do on your own, too. You don't even need anything. You can do it in your driveway.
No, you don't need a rebounder. Here's Mackenzie Johnson, number 25, and he is fouled as he attempted to drive. 6:40 left in the first quarter. We are tied at 11.
And we might see a lot of fouls in this because both teams are very aggressive and they both like to be fast.
And Cedar Valley playing the spoiler, trying to give themselves a little more oomph heading into the playoffs. The Lakers trying to make the playoffs.
The CourtKings don't want to lose. It's that simple. They don't care when it is. Nice pass.
Back pass from Smith to Dawson. Book is too strong. Rebound, Mackenzie Johnson. Will he go all the way? No, but there for the cleanup is Burford. 13-11 our score.
CourtKings are checked. The CourtKings coaching staff is checking the board, so they're watching this closely. They're just as motivated as the players to win this game.
Rogers, one-on-one. Gets his own miss. Once again, the clock did not reset. He'll go to the line for a three-point play, but someone's got to talk to the scores table. because that's the third time by my count where the Lakers got an offensive rebound and the shot clock did not reset.
Yeah, it's set now. And what, is it irony that the person's in a basketball jersey and not realizing a basketball move?
Exactly. And I wouldn't expect the coaches or players to pick up on that per se because they're focused on executing their plays.
No, well, it looks like we might have some conversation going on here. Hopefully the assistant coach sitting there at the table catches up to that. We might have to let him know.
If they don't address it, at some point it's going to affect the CourtKings too.
Yes.
Someone's going to catch it because it's going to influence the possession. Throw down, Brady Burford.
I heard there might be a dunk in this game, and that rumor has been validated.
15-14.
Okay.
Here come the CourtKings.
Lakers big break.
That was Meech Williams stopping the fast break. Now the Lakers will fire for three. Rock Rogers off the mark, but a foul, I believe, on Cedar Valley.
Foul from behind, too.
Bradley Dockmeyer, number 15, and that's unfortunate because not only does that wipe away a rebound, it's also going to put the Lakers at the line because they're in the bonus. We've got a timeout.
Wow. The intensity is definitely here, and this game's still early. Man, and if you're watching this on YouTube, rewind and watch that slam again. That was fierce.
Well, much like the Lynx and Sparks the last couple of years, or you would appreciate this, the Lakers-Celtics rivalry of the 80s. And the Bulls and just about everybody in the 90s. There are some dates you circle on the calendar. You never want to take a game off, but for the rest of this league, especially in the Northwest Division, any match with Cedar Valley is a marquee one.
Yeah, you can see the energy that they have, and so far I think it's pretty split up as far as who's scoring mostly. Well, no.
Brady Burford up to 8 already, and Rock Rogers with 10 for the Lakers. So two names who are synonymous with a hard work ethic are producing early. And we know Rock Rogers has been rock steady. I'm sure he's heard that line a few times.
Oh, yeah.
And Cedar Valley praised the work ethic, the grittiness of Brady Burford. And it's no surprise that those two are the ones stepping up in the first quarter.
Yeah, good intensity on both parts, too, both players.
So Kevin Thompson will shoot two again. The Lakers are in the bonus. How well they take advantage of it is anyone's guess. Another split.
Tie game. I don't know if the Lakers have played their best game yet in either of the CourtKings, so a tied game seems appropriate.
The Lakers already 5 of 9 from the free throw line. They have split on all but one trip, and that was when Rock Rogers got the three-point play. Eight to shoot. CourtKings get out of a jam. Here's Burford. He throws it right into the hands of Rogers. Rogers, blocked by Burford. Only fitting that those two hang with each other.
Little mano-y-mano.
A microcosm, though, of their intensity and the effort you mentioned.
Neither one of them are going to give up.
Well, it's a contrast to what we saw last week. And there's someone who doesn't give up, Dominique Dawson. But you remember the TC Elite game. Latrell Love lost the ball. TC Elite got a transition look. Latrell Love started beating himself up before the play was over.
Right.
Brady Burford's not going to beat himself up. He's going to beat up the scoreboard.
Inside and outside, too.
He's up to 11. CourtKings up by 1, 18-17. Here's Kenny Bass, one of the speedsters for the Lakers. The rainbow doesn't fall. The shot clock doesn't reset again. Somebody's got to talk to the scores table.
Yes.
There should be 24 to shoot. Instead, it's 7.
I don't know if it's going to affect the gameplay. I think the Lakers want to score within 7 ticks anyway, but still, it's wrong that that's not happening. Oh, we got a double dribble.
It will stay Cedar Valley ball. Well, teams, if they see an opening, they'll take it, but what it does is it messes you up after a rebound because you normally get the 24 seconds to reset.
Yeah, the first thing you do is look at that clock. Oh, there's a timeout.
Maybe one of us should talk to him.
Yeah, I wonder if we can let Jason know. Hey, Coach, you're losing ticks.
Because as we said, at some point it's going to affect Cedar Valley. It's the Lakers who are crashing the glass, getting the O boards, and that's one reason they're in it.
Right.
But someone's got to figure out how to reset the clock.
Yeah, I'll go over there.
You'll talk to him. 3:56 left in the first quarter. And as you can see, Cedar Valley brought a dance team with for this road trip. It doesn't happen often, but the cheerleaders, the dance team, however you want to call them, they were able to accompany the CourtKings on this trip, and it gives them a little taste of home on this road trip.
All right, that's covered.
I was just praising the Cedar Valley dance team for accompanying the CourtKings on this trip because the Cedar Valley coaching staff told me something they'll have to go against is the home crowd. Now, you don't have 9,000-10,000 screaming fans like you do at Lynx games, but the first 2 meetings were at Cedar Valley. Here you've got a feisty Minnesota team and a pretty good group of fans who want to see them get a big win.
Yes, they do. And it's great that they bring around that ambiance, bring your home court with you, basically. Ooh.
Cedar Valley, bad inbound pass. Brady Burford stops another fast break, but the Lakers still have numbers.
Yeah, reset, exactly.
Rock Rogers with the corner 3.
Again, he's got that pause. Everyone else is frantically running around. He takes a second, sets himself, and then shoots. That's impressive.
He's up to 13.
And that gives the Lakers the lead.
Shooting free throws will be Marcus Smith.
He was going for the foul all the way there and got it.
Now, what the Lakers have done, or I should say the CourtKings, over the last couple of years is nothing short of impressive. Back-to-back league titles. We haven't seen that in the WNBA since 01-02. And we didn't see that, well, we've seen that more often in the NBA. But the Lakers, the CourtKings, I'm going to get those teams figured out eventually. I want to say Lakers because the CourtKings are in purple. But there are some other Midwest Basketball League teams that participate in other leagues during the winter and fall. Cedar Valley doesn't. They get together in March and play until the end of the season. Shane Bosek in for the Lakers, number 2. Williams through the lane.
Nice take.
Is that going to be a goaltend?
I think
That is a goaltend.
I think they're going to discuss it.
Or maybe not. No basket.
Yeah, I would have been tempted to do that too. It might have fallen in, actually, if Dawson hadn't grabbed it himself. That's how close that shot was. It was just bouncing. Just a small little bounce. He could, but good effort to go after it.
Ball did not leave the cylinder, and that's why we have the goaltend. Anthony James goes baseline to the rim, and that's a 4-point swing. CourtKings go back up by 2. Meets Williams. That one is good.
Nice turnaround shot there.
And that was definitely not a goaltend. Johnson for 3. It's there.
CourtKings seem to be shooting a pretty good 3, too.
Williams with the answer. You bet. That goaltend fired him up, I think.
Yeah.
He scored on the last 2 Lakers possessions.
And seeing those threes go in, with, like we really haven't on this court, has led to an inflated score, which is what we expected, and it gets bigger. 28 points already in the first quarter.
Marcus Smith says right back at you. That's his first triple. Williams again. That was a little bit off. Rebound goes to Burford. I don't think he's been subbed out in this quarter.
He's running. He jumped a pass. Can't do that.
It looked like he changed his mind at the last possible moment. He was looking for a drive, then the kick out. I think if he stayed with it, he might have had a chance for a layup.
I agree.
But I'm also not there running the plays. It's easy for me to scrutinize what they're doing when I don't have to do it.
Absolutely.
Marcus Smith will shoot free throws. He made both in his last trip. But if the first quarter is any indication, Cedar Valley not one of those teams that takes a game off when they've locked up a playoff spot. And while folks like to throw it out there on whether or not you're taking the game seriously, if you take a game or two off, that can mess up your rhythm going into the playoffs.
Yeah, definitely.
You may come up with some different strategies compared to a game where you are chasing a playoff berth.
No, but I like that intensity every game.
Well, and here's the thing. The moment you let up, other teams are going to notice, and they'll work even harder to catch you.
They know, and they're definitely not letting up.
Marcus Smith scores in transition.
Easy layup, 6-point lead.
Their largest for Cedar Valley. Jerry Sweezy, number 21, making his first appearance for the Lakers. Kenny Bass can't hit the runner. Sweezy is there for the cleanup.
He's putting in the work and getting points for it.
And all season, that has been a strength for the Lakers. Second chance opportunities.
Yeah, and really right there, they forced a turnover with his hustle. Sweezy running down there, forced that errant pass. Giving them an opportunity to get 2 more points back, at least.
The kick out, 3 on the way.
Oh,
in and out.
I love that play. I love to see the inside guard and then kick it out.
Lakers trying to get a stop here.
Short twice, and it stays down there.
And now the shot clock is where it should be.
I guess our
22
advice
seconds.
helps. Our observation skills are useful occasionally.
Well, you just want a fair game, and you don't want either team to be negatively affected by a miscue.
Correct.
10 to shoot. James has it. Kick out. Pump fake for Dockmeyer. 5 to shoot. Now they release. And that one hits the rim. Sweezy with the rebound. Lakers can hold for the final shot if they wish. Bosek's not going to wait. Not when they have a transition look.
Bosek had like the fake dunk there, but that was a beautiful lay-in.
Still 2 points. James is fouled on the drive. He'll shoot 2.
He was collecting a foul all the way there.
And I think the officials are going to reset the clock, add a little more time back on.
That's impressive to catch that. I mean, watching all that action and still noticing that the clock had ran a little bit too far. That's impressive by the referees. And I've heard these guys, this is a good crew. Some of the fans were saying they like this crew.
Still working on the clock. Anthony James will shoot 1 more.
And we take it for granted, but being the guy who's sitting there and has to hit the buttons and punch all this in, that is not an easy job that I recommend anyone try. If you want to try it sometime, do, but be ready to be yelled at.
So they'll add a second. It may not mean much for the Lakers, but again, being accurate. And you're right, especially with the D1 college games and the pro games. If there's a clock issue, it gets resolved right away. And that's the end of the first quarter. James made both his free throws.
Now, on that play, Dawson wasn't collected anyway, but I totally agree with the Lakers that the clock seemed to start a little bit
It
early
did
there.
start prematurely.
Luckily, he isn't really collecting it, so it doesn't make a difference.
Had it been a catch and shoot, maybe another story.
Yes.
It goes to what you were saying about how we take some of these things for granted when it comes to game ops. High school games, semi-pro games, sometimes you got to work with them a little bit. If you have somebody who's new, or sometimes you just get so caught up in routines, you may not notice something.
Yeah, I mean, really what happens is at the professional levels, you have professionals. You have 18 different people doing 18 different jobs, and sometimes at a level like this, you have 3. And so in that way, the people that invest in this league and who work in this league, it's more impressive because they're actually doing more than one person's job. Pre-game, I saw the coach helping set up the clock to get it started. Normally, that's not something, I don't think I've ever seen Cheryl Reeve do that. So
I don't think she would ever have to.
I don't think we're going to see Thibodeau down punching in the numbers before the game to get it right. So it's impressive that how much investment that these men and women have in this league.
33-29 after the first quarter. Only 4 bench points for the Lakers. For the CourtKings, they have 18 bench points. Now, the Lakers getting a little more help from their starters. Rock Rogers leading the Lakers with 13. Nobody else with more than 5. Of course, that will probably change as we move along. For the CourtKings, Burford leading with 11. Marcus Smith with 8. Anthony James with 7. All in all, a fairly even game, but something to monitor, especially if James and Smith can keep it up coming off the bench. And James was one of the 3-year veterans on this Cedar Valley team, so he's been a part of their championship runs. Andre Hicks fires the 3, pure.
That's how you want to start the new quarter. Tack on 3 more.
Sweezy, step back, too strong.
Nice rebound.
Bosek and Dawson both battled for it. I guess that's what you want if you're the Lakers. Kenny Bass scores on the second chance bucket. That's probably a coach's favorite thing to see 2 of his own players boxing out for a rebound.
I love boxing out. I bet Jason does too.
High-low for the CourtKings, and it does not fall.
Easy tip, didn't drop for him.
Johnny Jackson had it, couldn't put it in. Ball is poked. Look out. All right, I thought James was going to go up with it, but he still scores, and that's what counts if you're Cedar Valley. Lakers, backdoor. Shane Bosek with the bucket.
Got fancy and got 2
And he
points
claps
for
his
it.
hands in celebration.
Probably more frustration on that previous play.
Well, he got one back. That's what you want if you make a mistake. Anthony James hits the pull-up.
Found space and got 2 points for it.
He has 11 off the bench now. 40-33, Cedar Valley over Minnesota. Kenny Bass is hacked, and they'll give him the shooting motion. I'll say this is one of the best crowds I have seen at a Lakers game all season. Bass will send a thank you card to the rim after that. In the first quarter, Cedar Valley 7 of 8 from the free throw line. The Lakers 5 of 9. And that's the first time the Lakers have made both free throws on a trip.
Makes it a 5-point game. Those 5 points are easily ones that could be in the bucket if they can make those foul shots.
Still a long way to go, though. Bounce pass over to Jackson. He can't get the bounce. Eventually tips the rebound to himself. Misses again. Johnny Jackson struggling in the paint. Kenny Bass. Beep, beep.
Dawson with the tap.
Well, I prematurely gave him the bucket, but Dominic Dawson, as you noted, there for the tap-in. Nice move by Mackenzie Johnson.
That was impressive.
A midair clutch gives him the layup. Three on the way. No good.
In and out, and every possession's being fought for right now.
Hicks for three. That's long. The rebound tipped to Therese Smith.
They found him.
They've got Dawson again.
I was going to say, Dawson's running. Go get him.
He only had one field goal in the first quarter. And if he can get going down low, good things seem to happen for the Lakers.
CourtKings are going to slow it down.
Jackson still struggling from the floor. No putback for Anthony James, and the Lakers have a chance to tie it here. Bozek will go for the two instead, and when you've got an opening in the lane, you'll take it.
Yeah, I think he was a little surprised he was that open. He was probably expecting some contact. Didn't happen. Says, okay, I'll take the layup.
Those are easy points. James. Shovel pass off to Hicks.
We're back to fighting now.
Johnson for three. Off the rim.
I think he likes that shot, so don't leave him open.
Lakers can retake the lead here. Smith missed the three.
Oh.
Now Johnson has it. And Therese Smith unhappy with the foul call.
I agree that was no good, but he was a little bit on him, and he got caught. Got caught with trying to get the cookies out of the cookie jar. He didn't quite pull it off.
Who, me? Yes, you. Couldn't be. Then who?
Exactly. Not good.
It certainly wasn't Cookie Monster. James. He'll shoot two.
Aggressive. Aggressive
find
take
it.
to the hoops. Oh, he's gonna.
Exactly.
I think he's checking himself for finger markings.
Following the loss to TC Elite, the CourtKings took a week off to recollect themselves, get a break. It was their first loss in a long time, I believe 38 games. And the coaching staff told me when they got back in the first practice after their week-long break, they felt refreshed, ready to go, and moved on from that defeat. And it's showing here. They've held the upper hand. Not a strong lead, but they've been in front for most of this one.
Making their foul shots, too, as they just connected on two of those.
With those last free throws by James, the CourtKings are 9 for 10.
That's an admirable percentage all by itself.
High-low. Brady Burford with the finish. Burford with 13, James with 13. Cedar Valley up 46-41. Make it 46-44 as Meach Williams drains his second three of the game. Burford pulls up. When you're hot, you're hot.
Yeah, that pause worked for him.
Hesitation move pays off. And stepping up with Cedar Valley down a few players. Again, no Raheem Tyner or Rajon Kelly.
Wow. That was contact court to court, end to end, and he still got the bucket.
Johnson with a dazzling move to the bucket. And drawing the foul there is Quentin Jackson. Now, are they going to give him the shooting motion?
They're staying on the ground.
They are, so he'll shoot two.
No. He's staying on the ground. He's staying on the ground. He's pointing clearly. He's pointing to the ground. Refs are going to talk.
And that's what they should do.
That is the trend in current society. We're going to have lots of referee timeouts. They can discuss things. The difference here is we're not going to have a video replay. We don't have a VAR to help us out.
No. But you notice there is a full crew of 3 officials today. In our last home game with TC Elite, there were only 2.
Which is good. And the ref who made the call got his way.
And to me, that was the right call. I didn't
agree.
see a shooting motion, so I was a little surprised when they ruled 2 free throws.
Right.
But again, when two or more officials see something different, I like what they're doing. They get together, they huddle up, and they work out the call.
And good luck finding a player who's not going to tell you he was shooting. If you ask the Laker, he'd say, yeah, I'm shooting.
Well, of course.
I'm always shooting.
Williams.
Thompson
That
showing a
one
little bit
on
of
the
energy.
floor.
It doesn't count, but Thompson's showing that he's ready to put some energy into this.
Now, the shot clock, it resets to 24. But Jackson's not going to wait that long. He fires the baseline J. That's no good. Rock Rogers. Well, they eventually get the tip in from Kevin Thompson.
You know what's really impressive about Rock is he got his hands on that rebound just to tap it up, gave his teammate a chance, but he always seems to be able to pull that off. I don't think I've seen anybody get that many times where they can get themselves in there and make a difference like he does. It's very impressive.
Rock Rogers has an ability to put himself in prime locations to help his team out. No call there. Rebound won by the Lakers. Rock Rogers gets the layup. Leach Williams had to lay off that one.
I'm wondering if the Kings are going to call a timeout here. They said they were going to use the inside game, but they're just not doing it lately.
Well, and it seems like when the Court Kings are in position to go up big, the Lakers have an answer.
Buford's had a good game, but they're not feeding the ball very much, I've noticed
And there's
lately.
the timeout.
And there's that timeout.
Burford up to 15 for the Court Kings. Rock Rogers with 15 for the Lakers.
And we have a little bit of drying the court off, but not as much as I expected. Even though it's pretty warm in here, hasn't been a factor.
It's only the second quarter. On this timeout, we want to let you know that the Lakers have relaunched their website. And if you want to learn more about the Lakers and what they will be doing once the season's over, because they only have one more game after this, go to mnlakersbball.com. That is mnlakersbball.com. They've got a gallery, and they also have links to all of the games that were recorded on video this season, including our broadcasts.
And they're starting a new blog as well, so if you want your Laker information, head there.
And if you want information about the league and the upcoming postseason, go to officialmbl.org for all the latest scores and standings in the Midwest Basketball League. And you and I were talking on the way here how unusual it is that you're launching a website just as the season is about to end. But when the season's over, that's a prime time to find new players, and having a website and a gathering place for all of the games on the road and all the home games that we've covered here.
Well, and with
That could be a great recruiting tool.
And with that snow game being rescheduled, it's real important to get that information out. So it's a good time to launch the
Better late
website.
than never.
And hopefully they'll have a little bit of a playoff run to talk about from their own point of view.
Thompson, 16-footer, switch. Lee Moore in the game for the Lakers, number 55. Number 11 for the Court Kings, Q. Sean Roby. But it's Marcus Smith with the rock. Hicks. Out to Burford. Three ball. Corner pocket. Brady Burford with an impressive performance so far. And when you don't have two key contributors, including last year's Rookie of the Year, you need guys like Burford to elevate their game. Dominique Dawson floats it in, and he's up to 8.
Smart play by Moore there to drop it off. He saw that he took the defender out of the Buford into the play and then let Dawson get the nice layup.
1 point game. Burford sees a lane, attacks and scores. 20 points, and we still have 4.5 to play in the second.
He's flexing his muscles now.
Lee Moore off the screen. Works off another screen. Now Jackson tries to float it in, no good, and that's going to be a foul on Thompson as he leaped over Q Roby for the O board.
Yeah, that was a good over-the-back illustration.
A textbook. So for anyone who wants to be an official, that was a textbook
Over the back.
example of over the back.
Yeah, he's climbing the ladder there.
That's a no-no. Well, it's not just the players who watch these games, it's the officials because they all want to watch tape. Marcus Smith sees a lane and goes for it, gets 2 points out of it. It's not the players that want to get better, the officials, they want to see how they did too. Rock Rogers, no good, gets his own miss, and will put it in himself.
Yeah, he's just so calm and collected.
He's up to 17, 57-54. And an offensive shootout. And one for Marcus Smith.
I don't really know how you could defend that play. Oh, look at this. They've got a towel. They have a professional.
They've got a towel guy.
That's awesome.
In Cedar Valley, they do a lot of work with youth camps. Several of their players are involved in the Boys and Girls Club down there.
You see the crew they bring on a road game. You can see the effort that they're putting into the game.
All these things that illustrate why Cedar Valley has been the premier team in the Midwest Basketball League for the last 2 years.
Yep.
We've got a foul on the CourtKings after the free throw. So they do not get the three-point play, and the Lakers will get possession. Both teams out of fouls to give now, and Brady Burford took a brief breather, but the way he's been playing, I don't think you want to keep him on the bench for long.
Nope.
He's a big reason why Cedar Valley has held a slim advantage. But Rock Rogers got the layup. And then the Lakers stole an errant inbound pass.
And immediately called timeout.
Right, Jason Sandifer alertly calling a timeout to make sure the Lakers kept possession. And you only get to carry a certain number of timeouts with you anyway into the second half, so might as well use one here. 3:21 left.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what he has in mind.
So we did mention in the last timeout the Lakers will have one more game next Sunday. And that will be our final broadcast of the season. There is going to be a postseason tournament in late July, July 27th to 28th at Collegeville, St. John's University, but I already have plans that weekend.
Me too.
Don knows what I'm talking about. Not by choice per se. The WNBA is hosting the All-Star game that same weekend, and I've been assigned to cover that event, but yeah. When you get a chance to host an event that hasn't been in Minnesota before, you take advantage of it.
Absolutely. Very exciting to have that WNBA All-Star game here.
The best of the best in the WNBA will be here, and I can't wait to see what the crowd's going to be like. Minnesota, it's a niche audience, but a die-hard, loyal niche audience, and a pretty big one. They get 9,000 a game. Although, if you're wondering about my hairline, reading some of the comments this season makes you want to pull your hair out a little bit. Well, you know how it can be. You get frustrated after a loss, and when you're used to being up top for so long, now you're not. Everyone's wondering what's wrong with you. But as we've seen in the WNBA this year, Seattle is slowly emerging as the front runner, but it's not like the last couple of years, as Quentin Jackson will shoot 3 free throws. It wasn't like the last couple of years where you knew that the Lynx and Sparks were going to be in the finals, most likely.
Right.
This year, I said this, it's going to take a hot streak to win the championship, because I just don't think anyone is too far above another team.
No, the talent pool is just immense.
Unlike the NBA, where everyone's already given the championship to the Warriors next year.
Pre-print those shirts, I guess, if you really feel like it. Maybe it won't happen. We'll see.
Well, one way or another, dynasties are great for the sport because we talk about them along with the legends, and there we go. Ball got wedged in the netting there. Dynasties are great for the sport because we revere them. and speak of their legend. But parity's also good too because it adds a little unpredictability. Quentin Jackson, only 1 of 3 at the line. That's not what you want if you're the Lakers. So the CourtKings keep a 2-point lead, and here comes Johnson barreling through the baseline.
That was strong. He took it through the defender, who actually got a good hand on it, but it didn't matter.
The Lakers are the better team in second chances, but the CourtKings showing their agility, executing a lot of baseline drives in this quarter. 10 to shoot. Here comes Thompson, and he's fouled. He'll shoot 2.
He delayed shooting that as long as he could so he could get past the defense.
And it's good that Thompson was able to come back for a game as pivotal as this one because he is one of their leading scorers. And when you look at how this game is developing, we'll see what happens in the second half, but studying the trends, well, free throws, you've got to work on that if you're the Lakers.
The foul shots.
Rock
Killing
Rogers, the only one in double digits, but Meach Williams with 8, Dominique Dawson with 8, Thompson with 8. You know, they're getting some help around. Cedar Valley, most of the scoring from a few players.
Bosek with 6, too.
Right.
So you've got people contributing.
And
with
Thompson blanks.
And with the Lakers, it's always been a more balanced attack as far as we've seen. With Rocksteady kind of holding it down.
Hicks, the kick out. 3 ball. No good. Burford in position for the O-board. He misses the layup, but he'll shoot free throws after he was fouled.
Great position. Just didn't have a drop for him, and that hard work paying off for him.
Well, he'll have a chance to add to his total from the charity stripe. But looking at Cedar Valley, Burford with 20, Anthony James with 13, Marcus Smith with 12, and Mackenzie Johnson stepping up as well. So, an interesting dynamic. Cedar Valley getting more of their scoring from a concentrated group of players, but they do have an edge in bench production. They've got 21 off the bench. The Lakers with 12.
Well, in a hot gym, that can make a difference, especially in the second half when people are getting a little worn down and have been out there exercising for quite some time.
Burford up to 22.
And again, making them both.
Cedar Valley 11 of 13. The Lakers 8 of 16. And this is where those points start to add up. High-low, Rogers had to collect himself, and that allowed, I believe, Bradley Dockmeyer to get the block on him. It's still Lakers ball with 12 to shoot.
I think Hicks got that last one, but he saw that hesitation and was ready for it.
Kick out. 3 on the way. Bullseye.
Nice kick out.
Quentin Jackson with his first field goal, and it's 63 to 60.
Here he comes. Buford's going.
Little step back action. And Dockmeyer over pursued on the rebound. The Lakers with a transition look.
Dawson with the
Dominique
slam.
Dawson with the slam.
Saw it coming. Dominique with the slam.
1-point game. Foul on the floor, but Cedar Valley will shoot 2. Because they are in the bonus.
Was that on Moore? Oh, a little gamesmanship there.
It's a rivalry game, that's for sure. So Dockmeyer to the line. He has yet to score.
Jackson gave him a little rub on his way out. Little hip check just to let him know he was here.
And I think Cedar Valley brought someone to do an audio broadcast.
Well, that's cool. Maybe we could sync the two up.
What are we doing here? I could have slept in. Dockmeyer splits. 1:31 left in the second quarter. 2-point game. Lakers trying to take the lead. They will not on that attempt. Rebound tips into Jackson's hands after he missed. Lee Moore
Inside
The skip to Dawson. And the Lakers are getting Dawson involved, something they had trouble doing in their last home game.
Something I think that's critical to their success. I really do believe that.
Bullseye for Cedar Valley. That's Andre Hicks with his second triple.
Oh, lazy pass in, lazy pass in.
That allows Mackenzie Johnson to steal it, but Lee Moore swipes it back. Rock Rogers lines up for the three. That's short, but the rebound, he'll try again. No good. This has a playoff feel to it, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
67-64 in what's turning into a shootout. Hicks can't get the three. Lakers will finish in transition. It's Kenny Bass. Shot clock is off. CourtKings can hold for the last
Kings
shot.
are saying hold it.
15 seconds. If they draw a foul, they'll get free throws. That's Marcus Smith, and the CourtKings do draw a foul, so they will get free throws, and Marcus Smith will be the ones to take them.
And good leadership and composure by Johnson there, saying, hold it, we're going to take this final shot. People are getting a little antsy and excited, running up and down the court, but he said, no, let's collect some points here, let's extend our lead a little bit, and we'll go into the locker room.
Cedar Valley will make a quick substitution, putting in Kushan Roby. Five and a half on the clock. Marcus Smith makes both, but the Lakers do have time.
Kings are given full pressure to prevent anything from happening.
That will not count. A frenetic pace to this one. Lots of high-flying action. Cedar Valley leads Minnesota 69-66 at halftime.
And the difference really is easily those foul shots.
That is a big difference. Cedar Valley 14 of 17. Minnesota 8 of 16. Some other differences in Cedar Valley's favor. Their drives to the lane and the bench production. And for Minnesota, second chance points, and you might take this as a sign of encouragement. Dominic Dawson, 10 points in that quarter. And as we've seen, if he gets active on the inside, good things happen for the Lakers.
Yeah, I agree. And it's somewhat ironic that we were talking about the CourtKings talking about using their inside game and in the lane, whereas I think the Lakers really have done that more. And maybe that's an adjustment they need to make for the second half to extend their lead, because really this 3-point lead, if you factor in those foul shots, it's really not. It's really a deficit. If the Lakers are able to make those shots, they have the lead here. And in the end, they're down, and they're running the game they won, I think, to some degree. And the CourtKings aren't really doing what they told us they were going to do as far as using the lane. So if they make that adjustment in the second half, let's see how that goes.
So the Cedar Valley dance team is serenading the spectators here at halftime. We'll take a break and bring you the second half and what should be an exciting finish. This is the Midwest Basketball League. Mike Peden and Don Ackerman back with you at the High School for Recording Arts in St. Paul. The Cedar Valley CourtKings hosting, or I should say visiting, the Minnesota Lakers. Cedar Valley at 14-1. They've locked up the top seed in the Western Conference. The Lakers looking for that last wild card spot. The CourtKings lead the Lakers 69-66. Brady Burford with 22 points to lead all players. Marcus Smith with 14 off the bench. Anthony James with 13. The CourtKings, 24 bench points in the first half.
Now we've got a high-scoring game, just like the game that was down in Iowa. Let's see if the second half stays as consistent. The CourtKings kept the pressure on in that game and were able to pull away and win. Let's see if the Lakers can run.
For the Lakers, Rock Rogers leads with 19 points. Dominic Dawson has 12, 10 in the second quarter. Kevin Thompson with 8. And I understand you spoke to one of the assistant coaches for the Lakers during the halftime intermission. Did he have anything to say?
Basically, he was saying that the second half will be key. I think
it would. I don't know why it wouldn't be.
Well, I just meant keeping up the consistency, staying close. For me, it's just about those foul shots. That's really the difference in the game from my point of view. Both teams, I think, are running the kind of plays that they want, and I'll have to see. I'm curious to see if the CourtKings are going to run inside or not with Buford. He kind of took a little bit of a break in that second quarter. I think he's key to their success because of the success he had in the first period.
Cedar Valley, as we noted, 14 of 17 from the free throw line. Minnesota 8 of 16. Cedar Valley outscoring the Lakers in bench points 24-14.
I mean, I could easily see Dawson and Thompson having a big influence in the second half, depending on how the Lakers want to run it. I guess we're going to find out real soon.
Well, the Lakers in the second quarter made a few attempts to get the lead, and they weren't able to do it, but we have a long way to go. And you've got a team trying to play spoiler and a team who wants to hold the upper hand for that last playoff spot. Mid-range J falls for Anthony James. That gives him 15. And if the Lakers were to lose this game, remember they play next Sunday. TC Elite also plays next Sunday, but they host Rochester.
Yeah, so losing this game means the Lakers have handed off control.
And the Lakers, I believe, would host the Broncos again. Quentin Jackson hits his second three-pointer. And he goes up to 8. But you're right, the Lakers would relinquish control because TC Elite holds the tiebreaker by winning the season series. Therese Smith with the board. Tried to lob it to Dawson and ends up throwing it away. Cedar Valley looking to go transition. And high off the window for Johnny Jackson.
It's a big turn of events right there. Now they're getting some points inside.
Cedar Valley winners of the last 2 championships in the Midwest Basketball League. An undefeated season a year ago. 17-footer falls for Kevin Thompson. And the Lakers, back when they were known as the Rangers, had some success against the Cedar Valley team before their run of dominance. That was off of Cedar Valley, or I should say Minnesota. Contact and one. Brady Burford.
He paused to enjoy that one.
And I don't blame him with the way he's been playing. As we noted, TC Elite is off this week. They'll play next week. And the Lakers will make up their lost game on Sunday, but a loss would put the Lakers and TC Elite even in the loss column. And then, as you noted, it would be TC Elite who would control their destiny. We're having some confusion or some explanation at the scores table. Now, I don't have the vantage point that Cedar Valley's radio broadcaster does.
He's got a good spot, doesn't he?
He does. Normally, I don't like to set up around the benches, only because I don't want the teams to hear what I'm saying and get psyched out in a sense, but right now, that's a prime place to be.
Well, depending on your announcing style, maybe that's an advantage for the CourtKings.
10:02 left in the third quarter.
Whatever's going on, it's definitely taking the full attention of 2 of the 3 refs, as well as both coaches.
But I believe it would be the Broncos that the Lakers would host next Sunday, and we'll have that game for you on YouTube and on tape delay on SPNN Channel 19. And we want to thank SPNN for hosting our coverage throughout the 2018 season, and we'd like to thank all the viewers watching on YouTube.
Yes, thank you for your listenership, and please comment.
And if you know of any potential sponsors, drop us a note.
That's right. Because we don't have a towel guy.
No, we don't have a towel guy, or much else for that matter. But Cedar Valley coach, he was telling me how he watches a lot of the broadcasts that we have done to get some game film, and he's hoping that it will spread to other teams in the Midwest Basketball League. Because other teams like Cedar Valley, they do have video coverage, but most of it is just posting game film on YouTube. They don't have commentators or replays, things like that. So you're just watching game footage, game tape.
And apparently they've stepped up by having someone down there with a headset on and a laptop. I'm not sure if he's broadcasting live or narrating for future broadcasts, but he's certainly putting his money where his mouth is by having that ability set up here.
But other teams don't have that model yet. The Minnesota Broncos, the Cedar Valley CourtKings, all of their video coverage is just posting what they shoot when the coaches go over game tape.
Okay, now we have all three referees over here. Long discussion going on. I guess the good news is a lot of this can be edited out, right, Mike? People at
Edit
home
it
don't
out, so or this is the moment where if you have any fun basketball-related stories, this is the time to drop one in.
That's your talent, not mine.
Well, you've been around the game for a while. You've been a long-time season ticket holder for the Wolves and the Lynx, if I'm not mistaken.
Both of those statements are true.
And while we're on the subject of Minnesota sports, the Minnesota Vixen, they are going to be playing for Division II championship in the Women's Football Alliance. They knocked off the Mile High Blaze 29-6. And they're going to be playing against a team they're highly familiar with, the New York Sharks. You may remember that walk-off pick 6 2 years ago to win the IWFL Eastern Conference Championship.
I'm pretty sure they both know about that.
And now they're going to play each other for a championship in the WFA. It's Division II, so they won't get to play for the big title in D1. That's going to fall to the LA Warriors and Boston Renegades, two powerhouses, but the Vixen, they've been doing a lot.
You play the games that are in front of you.
Right. Vixen doing a lot to build up a community, and the Lakers hoping to do the same. Brady Burford misses the free throw. So we're back to action.
4-point deficit for the Lakers. Looks like they might bring it into to use their posts.
Rock Rogers goes up. Burford was there. But Rogers wins the scrum
Buford
for the
relentless.
rebound. Dominique Dawson goes long, and usually it's Rock Rogers who hits the long-range buckets. They tried a roll reversal, didn't work out, and now a foul is called on the Lakers.
That was just one of those full contact drives that we're going to see occasionally.
And that will send Andre Hicks to the line. If you just joined us on the SPNN broadcast, the CourtKings down several key contributors, including Rajon Kelly and Raheem Tyner. And the Lakers no longer have Latrell Love. He resigned from the team following an unfortunate episode in the loss to TC Elite. As we noted, the team held a long meeting afterward. I think there were frustrations were bowling. Perhaps some fingers were being pointed. So
it was certainly a frustrating loss for the Lakers.
Indeed. But Latrell was a consistent presence off the bench on the inside. And for Cedar Valley, Raheem Tyner was last year's Rookie of the Year.
And that last shot, I'd like to see Dawson do that, but just be a little closer.
Missing the layup was David Stanley. He has yet
Very
to score.
fortunate for Minnesota.
Kevin Thompson tried the reverse dunk. It doesn't fall, and the Lakers get 3 out of it. Quentin Jackson there for the cleanup.
Thompson has some flash, which you saw in that play. Unfortunately, didn't convert for him.
Thompson had flash, Jackson had substance. But more importantly, the Lakers got points. Cedar Valley gets the answer thanks to Andre Hicks, and he's up to 13. 80-74, Cedar Valley has held a slim lead throughout. And that's going to be Lakers ball with 15 on the shot clock.
Thompson just fired up to go. Left the ball behind. Oh, we have a little bit of a towel timeout.
As we noted, it is warm. We saw this in the TC Elite game. While there is a towel guy, one of the Cedar Valley staffers helping out with that, there were a lot of towel breaks 2 weeks ago. Rock Rogers, 3 is long, and the rebound goes to David Stanley.
Good positioning to get that rebound.
That's not Therese Smith, that's Andre Hicks, who knocks down a long three-pointer.
Saw the opening and took it.
Hicks up to 16. Cedar Valley with their largest lead of the game at 9. Therese Smith up, no good. Rebound goes to Rock Rogers. He did not have possession before crossing the timeline, so no violation. Therese Smith, pure on the three-pointer, and that's his first bucket.
Smith looks back at the Cedar coach to say hello.
Pleased to meet you. Hope you guessed my name.
Yeah, big shot. Big shot. He knows it, too.
Hicks feeling it. Not that time. Rebound Rogers. Attacks. Burford is there for the block.
Buford relentless on defense. Looks like he wants to have his back checked. He's going to be subbed out here. He's in pain. He's about to get some therapy right now.
Oh, he's been hustling throughout this game. He has a slight edge over Rock Rogers, but those two have been all over each other. Dawson, turnaround, didn't have much to work with there. Nice job by the CourtKings to seal him off.
Fading away and going a little bit too deep.
They hold a 6-point lead. Another 3. No good, but the high carom goes to Marcus Smith. Stanley wants to get on the board. Bullseye.
Big 3 by number 3 to extend the lead.
9-point lead again. Dawson lost it and throws it away.
All right.
It looks like the CourtKings have just a little more composure.
Yeah, they're starting to push that lead up. I expect to see a timeout by the Lakers if they can score here.
And they've been the standard bearers for the last couple of years. And as we've seen with dynasties, Cedar Valley on the cusp of one. The Lynx, for example, or UConn, and their 99 championships. Success breeds success.
The third quarter is a good time to put your stamp on a game.
David Stanley makes the 3. Wedgie. And as you know, when there's a wedgie, we have a jump ball. You don't see that too often in a men's game.
Nope.
In the women's game, you'll get that once or twice. The ball, I think, is an inch or two smaller.
Makes it a little bit easier to happen, that's true.
But in the pros, we jump for it. There's no newfangled possession arrow nonsense. And no nonsense from Anthony James. He'll shoot 2.
Nice drive to the hoop.
But the CourtKings, they seem a little more composed, a little quicker. And while the Lakers have given them a hard fight, Cedar Valley exerting their dominance. Again, just one loss in the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, it's impressive.
They had a 38-game win streak snapped by TC Elite.
They're looking to start a new one.
Well, they already are in a new one. And their last week they were able to get a comeuppance, and that's a lane violation. Cedar Valley jumped. So they only get 1 point. Yeah, they only get 1 point out of it. But they're up by 10. First time they've held a double-digit lead. Lakers have some work to do.
That flushes. Good sportsmanship by Rock there.
Williams rolled it in.
Him and Stanley were tied up, and he made sure that Stanley got himself back together before he let him go.
Therese Smith tried to time the pass. It almost worked. And then a push foul is called on Rock Rogers.
Almost went out on his own, but Rock decided to give him a little help.
.545, 8-point game, 87-79. And we're having another explanation at the scores table. Okay, 86-79, so my eyes did not deceive me. That last trip to the line by James was not successful. Because they gave him a point that was wiped off because of a lane violation. But again, the officials look out. Another foul on the Lakers. And that will send Cedar Valley to the line.
I think the Lakers are pressing for obvious reason. They know that scoreboard. They know they need to get those turnovers. Smith's had a couple where he's kind of darted out, just hasn't gotten the ball, and then unfortunately ends up on the wrong side of the defensive situation.
And the Lakers have a reputation for an aggressive style of defense. It leads to some fast break plays, but conversely, it can also lead to racking up fouls in a hurry. And now Cedar Valley has a chance to extend the lead from the line. And they've been pretty accurate when they get to the stripe. Although Marcus Smith missed his first one. Gets the second to fall.
All right, so it looks like right now we're posting up Rock. That's the plan. But Cedar Valley is on top of that.
They were on top of it, but a little too much. Marcus Smith is tagged for the foul. Jackson. Smith thought about it. Bullseye. Therese Smith with his second triple, and it's 87-82.
He likes that shot. He took a look at the coach on his way back to set himself up defensively.
Nice play to the bucket by Andre Hicks.
Yeah, that was a nice underhanded scoop.
And that scoop puts him up to 18.
Smith looking to run.
Smith in and out. Rebound, Mackenzie Johnson.
CourtKings looking to slow it up, pick their play.
And an offensive foul called on Cedar Valley.
Wow.
Anthony Jackson, Johnny Jackson, I should say, called for the elbow.
Wow, that's a big play.
Even though it's only the third quarter, you're right. Meets Williams for three. Bullseye.
Williams has a pretty good three-stroke. He's been pretty consistent with that shot.
That's his third triple. We might get to 100 before the end of the third. Cedar Valley cheerleaders trying to rally the troops. Johnson, three ball. No good. Leaping for the rebound is Thompson. Double dribble. The pass was a little off, and again, that's one of the nuances that tilting the game in favor of the CourtKings.
Yeah, I don't know if Rock had control of that.
Unforced errors.
Yep. There it is. There's Smith again.
And that leaves a wide open Anthony James. .92-85.
Bass looking to check in. I wonder if that's a substitution. We're going to see.
Williams step back, looks off, and it is. Anthony James with the rebound. gets the layup. James up to 20.
Did a good job separating himself.
And Burford clapping on the bench, liking the help he's getting while he takes a breather. That's going to be an offensive foul as Rock Rogers barreled over Marcus Smith. And this is what you like to see out of Cedar Valley, and this is the kind of stuff that makes champions. Cedar Valley's top player having to go to the bench, although he checked back in. And in his place, Cedar Valley keeps the pedal going.
Yeah, and really the most strategic thing about this smart team is you get Rock unsettled.
He has not scored in this quarter. James fakes the three, kick out. Dockmeyer, swish.
Good defense by Thompson, but sometimes the better shot wins.
Cedar Valley pushes the lead to 12, their largest.
Nice try.
A lot of
nice
contact,
drive.
nothing called. Thompson gets the reverse.
Thompson loves to fly, that's for sure.
Lakers may have gotten away with one there. Thompson up to 12. 97-87, Dockmeyer. Out to Burford. Looking for help. He had James. Passes up the three. Three to shoot. Smith fires. No good. I thought James should have gone for it. He was
still a 10-point game.
Thompson blocked on the way up. And based on the reaction, I think that was Marcus Smith. Uh-oh. A little extracurricular going on. And the officials, they've got to get in there and break it up.
Oh. Thompson and Dockmeyer got within shooting distance of each other, but both passed to take the opportunity. Thompson coming up to set the pick on him.
Rock Rogers, stripped.
Oh, Dockmeyer redeems himself with the save. Smith tries to get the play defensively, gets the foul, and he's very frustrating, handing the ball to the coach. Looking for a technical call.
I didn't see anything to warrant a tee yet, but I think the officials are trying to settle both teams down a bit.
Yes, I was going to say, this is his last warning before getting a yellow card, as they say.
And if you're Cedar Valley, you don't want to put anything that would further cut your roster, because you're already down two key players. You don't want to lose another one.
No.
Mackenzie Johnson at the line.
No, this is a good chance for Smith to calm down. His aggressive defense that's his style.
Johnson makes both. Cedar Valley 19 of 25 unofficially. That's 76% if you do the math. 99-87. They lead by 12. Rock Rogers, kick out. Kenny Bass lost the ball. Rogers is there for the recovery.
Opportunity.
He needed it, but Cedar Valley has a transition look. Kenny Bass stays with them. Marcus Smith
there was
wanted
some
a foul
bodily
call.
contact, but they're not going to call it.
They're going to call that. Marcus Smith wanted the foul call. If his expression was any indication, instead the Lakers get a big stop.
And they wanted the wraparound call on Rock there. He reached with his hand out and gave his opponent a little bit of maneuver, but got himself the foul call.
Now they have the score at 99-91. It should be 99-89, I think.
No, looks like I just watched the score for the CourtKings, and he looked up and he didn't say anything. What's he doing? No.
Guess we'll see.
They're just checking the number of fouls.
CourtKings still
Nice
have one to
spin.
give.
Oh my gosh.
Bass with
Pick
the
it up.
O-board. Ends up nowhere with it.
I was wondering if we're going to get 3 seconds here.
We're going to get a foul instead. So we'll go with 99-91 as the score for
looks
the
like
moment.
That's going to stay.
And if it changes, we'll let you know. As we've seen, sometimes the folks running the score can be a little off. So we'll go with 99-91 until we see otherwise. Another O board. The Lakers all over the glass on that possession, and it finally pays off with Kenny Bass floating it in.
Bass gets into the air. That was impressive. Impressive
6-point
rebound
game.
and putback. And this is a chance for the Court Kings to put their foot back on the throat of the Lakers.
Johnson. Bounce pass over to Dockmeyer. Missed everything.
And Dockmeyer might be a little rattled maybe. He's going to get the foul here. I saw that coming.
The Lakers sensing an opportunity, and they're crashing.
Bass using his speed. And he does not mind contact down low. Well, Dockmeyer chuckling now after that play. I was wondering what his frustration level was because I think that foul was coming his way as soon as he missed that shot. There's a lot of pride in these guys' games. Shooting an air ball, that definitely stings. You don't want that to happen.
This is the first time the Lakers have seen the free throw line in the second half. And it's another split, but the dead ball rebound will go to the Lakers. They'll have a chance to close the gap even further. They trail by 5, 99-94.
Pretty impressive that they've cut it to 5.
After going down by 12.
I think the Court Kings need to calm their game down and be the composed champion you were talking about. And they can definitely put this game away.
Another towel break, and this is when we started to see that crop up in the TC Elite game toward the end.
And Bosek checking back in. He had some nice layups in the first half.
Sweezy missed everything. Less than a minute. Andre Hicks missing the three-pointer. And we've seen so many times Cedar Valley get a silencer when the Lakers were driving. Marcus Smith fakes the three, gets the mid-range J to fall.
Good play by Smith. Faked the three, took the defender out, and took a nice mid-shot to get himself 2 points for sure. Every point looked like it's going to matter for the Court Kings here.
Jerry Sweezy answers from the corner.
Gets the three he wanted before.
Shot clock and game clock separated by about a second. Cedar Valley not going to wait that long, and it doesn't pay off. Bosek with the rebound. Bass recovers and lays it in. Plenty of time for Cedar Valley, though. 7 seconds.
Bass looked pretty good there again.
Hicks.
Lots
Into
of
traffic.
Lots of contact, and the refs were nice enough not to call a foul there. It did look like it was pretty much two players banging into each other, not really with one person having the full advantage of the other, both going for the spot where the ball was going to be.
Surprised Andre Hicks tried to skip it. He has 4 3-pointers. But the Lakers end the third quarter on a surge, and according to the scoreboard, it's 101-99.
Wow, this is going to be a fun fourth quarter. Referees are conferring, probably talking about how they want to control the pace of this game, make sure the tempers don't get out of control.
So Rogers and Burford managed just 2 points each in the third quarter, but they got a lot of help elsewhere. For Cedar Valley, it was Anthony James. He's up to 20 points. Andre Hicks up to 18. Marcus Smith up to 17 now. And for the Lakers, Meach Williams, he has 13. Kevin Thompson with 12. Jackson with 11. Bass with 11. Dominique Dawson just 1 field goal in the third quarter, but you're seeing a lot of players step up here. A reminder that we have one more home game coming up next Sunday. We believe it's against the Minnesota Broncos. And we were just a little off for the raffle ticket.
496-576.
But we can tell you that we'll have coverage of that last game that will wrap up our 2018 coverage of the Minnesota Lakers. And you can watch it on YouTube and on tape delay on SPNN. Well,
And even live.
576.
if nobody claims the ticket, maybe we're still in the running.
Okay, you guys almost missed out.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Well,
funny.
that would stink. You buy a ticket, then forget to claim it. Top 4 teams from each conference move on to the playoffs. Cedar Valley has locked up a playoff spot by winning the Northwest Division. The Lakers need this win to keep the upper hand for that wild card spot. Because if they get that win, they control their destiny. If they lose, they're going to need help from Rochester, I believe.
Yes. And they'll have to win their own game, too.
Right. And with TC Elite off, this is a chance.
They'd like nothing better than to see the Kings pull off a victory here. Nice rebound. Looks like the defensive intensity might be dialed up another notch. That'll give the referees a lot to watch.
Eight to shoot. Hicks has it. Pulls up. Hits the front end of the rim. Kenny Bass.
Almost
Lost
too
his
fast for
footing.
himself.
Dawson, kick out. Lee Moore for 3. Three on the way for Cedar Valley, and that will bounce in for Marcus Smith.
Great positioning by Smith. Being right where he wanted to be. As soon as the ball hit him, he was ready to do it.
And they go back up by 5. Cedar Valley led by as much as 12. The Lakers have been able to answer most runs. They have yet to get in front in the second half. Kenny Bass floats it in. And with that, he matches his jersey number. Smith to Stanley. Now Burford, the star of the first half. That's going to be a foul on Lee Moore. He made contact with David Stanley.
Trying to stop that ball from going deep. Burford looking a little tired so far from what I can see. He's got a couple touches. His energy seems to be a little bit down. He's worked really hard today. I wonder if the heat of this gym's affecting some of the players. I can certainly feel it.
Stanley pump fakes. And the pump fake pays off.
That was smooth. Stanley's had a good contribution in this game.
Hasn't scored much. He's up to 5 there, but every basket critical here in the final quarter. In a game the Lakers need to get. Cedar Valley already locking up the top seed. Bosek.
He's had
With
a
the
good
putback.
contribution today, too.
Every player for the Lakers except Lee Moore has scored. And they've all scored at least 5. Johnson, stripped by Lee Moore. He's got
Nice pass
Bosek.
forward.
One-on-one. Will Bosek take it himself? Yes.
Wow, big take. Now it's a one-point game again.
Bosek, he was married earlier this summer. Jerry Sweezy dives to the ball. Kenny Bass has it. He'll speed his way through, but nothing doing for the Lakers. Andre Hicks stayed with them. And now they're going to get Johnson on the back door. Made the hesitation move. Refs don't call a foul. Johnson May have been a little too greedy. I think he was hoping to get the foul call. And instead, the Court Kings have to run a set play.
That's some composure by the refs, because it's easy to call those plays as fouls, and they didn't see enough contact based on the amount of contact they're seeing in this game.
Sweezy for three. In and out.
He wanted that. Oh, I thought that was slapped away. Got a timeout, and the Lakers doing some substitution.
Cedar Valley hoping to play a spoiler. Lakers need this win, or they'll be in some trouble. Burford for three. No good. Rebound Rogers. Williams. Off the screen, goes to Bosek. Out to Rogers. He attacks the lane. And the Lakers take their first lead in the second half.
Wow. I don't know how he got through there and made that play, but he pulled it off. Court Kings need to do their thing. Set up on the outside, pass it in, get a nice open stroke.
Hicks works around Sweezy, misses the layup. Burford tried to tip it in, nothing doing. Jerry Sweezy's going to call a timeout.
Burford yelling at the ref. The ref says, I have nothing for you. Kind of like Jeff Probst on Survivor. If they don't call, if you don't win, he says, I have nothing for you, head back to camp.
So both teams going back to their respective camps, being the bench. 107-106 the score.
Wow.
7:50 in regulation.
This game is really turning out just like we had hoped. A good fight, back and forth battle.
Well, you know the Lakers were going to bring it with what's on the line. Cedar Valley, nothing to play for, but it's an opportunity to try out some things. Not having Tyner and Kelly creates a chance for folks like Burford, and we've seen James Smith, Andre Hicks with a solid game.
Yes.
The cliche, next man up for Cedar Valley. This is a good audition if you're one of those players who wants to make a statement.
Yeah, and they're definitely hungry. You can see their intensity. It looks like they have a playoff spot on the line too, even though they don't.
And for the Lakers, no Latrell Love. He was good for about 10 off the bench. And we've seen Kenny Bass and Shane Bosek with strong performances off the bench today.
Yeah, Thompson's had 12 points too in a pretty good game. I could easily see him having more opportunities based on how you run your offense.
And the Lakers closing in on the bench scoring. Cedar Valley still has an edge, but a slim one, 35-34 in bench points. Williams, no good. Dawson, rebound. Rock Rogers, missed the three. And the rebound eventually goes into the hands of Burford. Hicks sees an opening. He'll take it.
Like you said, he's had a good contribution this game. Solid player.
Jackson, kick out to Bosek. Off balance, no good. Burford had a couple of cracks at it.
Just didn't really jump very high on that play.
No.
Rock, take it. Oh, that pause. It's that pause, right? Get into your flow. He's in his flow.
Lakers trying to make it happen from three-point range. Having trouble knocking down those shots as of now.
Now again, the Court Kings have their bigs up top. No one's in the paint right now.
5 to shoot for David Stanley. And he lost it.
There are times I don't understand why you don't have anybody in the lane. I just don't get it. Dawson sets the pick and slowly rolls.
Lakers still not giving up in three-point range. At some point, you have to wonder, when do you look to the inside?
Mm-hmm. Got a player on the ground.
Lakers ball. One of those games, one of those moments right now where both teams having a hard time throwing down the exclamation point. Who's going to establish their authority? Count it for Rock Rogers.
Showing quite a bit of emotion after that play, the most I've seen from him in a while. He's fired up about this game.
Well, with how tough it's been to score in this quarter, shots not going in. Cedar Valley's coughed it up on the last couple of possessions. Timeout, Cedar Valley. And a pivotal one with 5:47 left.
Yeah, that's a good, I think either coach calling a timeout here would be a good move, because you just have not seen their typical offense being played. We have some frustration. We just had a chair hit the ground. Jackson not happy after that last turnabout.
Cedar Valley knew the Lakers were going to bring everything they had.
Yeah, and they brought it all.
And you hear the cliche often in sports when you play against a top-tier contender. We hear all the time from opponents of the Lynx how much they look forward to playing against the four-time champions. I have to imagine the Lakers were pumped up at the opportunity not only to further cement their playoff bid, but get a win against the two-time defending champs. When they lost to TC Elite, for everyone else, that opens the door.
Mm-hmm.
As we noted, it was about 2 or 3 seasons worth of undefeated marks.
Yeah, and I think so far we've seen the Lakers have had a very, very small lead, and where the Court Kings have had a larger lead, and yet we're back at it. Minnesota has the lead again. Another hard-fought game, in a way very similar to that TC Elite game, where it went back and forth. The Lakers took the lead late in the game, and that's what's just happened here again today.
The Lakers hoping to rewrite the narrative compared to 2 weeks ago.
Correct.
TC Elite came up clutch in the end. Rock Rogers completes the three-point play. Only 3 trips to the line for the Lakers in the second half, but they held a 2-point lead. But a long way to go. Stanley missing the layup. Rebound, won by the Lakers. Williams finds Jackson, steps into a 3. That would have been big. Dominates Dawson. Good morning, St. Paul.
Wow.
How many times have you said you want to see Dawson more active?
That was great. That was the activity I wanted to see. The funny thing is, Burford can do the exact same thing. He just really hasn't. There he gets a little little bunny, but he has the power to do that too. I just haven't seen him flying in the sky like Dawson just did. That was a beautiful dunk by Dawson. Beautiful rebound.
112-110, Lakers lead. 10 to shoot. Williams is fouled.
Oh. I can understand why the Court Kings are confused by that one. I'd be pretty mad if that was called on my team too. But that last play, really, I was kind of happy to see a good basketball effort come out of good passing. The ball went down the court. It was passed teammate to teammate. The defense was collapsing, so they knew that and kicked the ball off. And to see that rewarded is a great thing, because that's good basketball happening. All right, now Thompson back in.
And if there's ever a time to start making your free throws, this is it.
We know if they had made more of them, this would not be a close game.
Beach Williams made both, and that's what counts right now for the Lakers. James, kickball, and it's Lakers ball. It went off the foot of Anthony James, and the Lakers force a turnover.
I just wonder what is going on.
The CourtKings were up by 12. It looked like they were going to coast on to victory. The Lakers relentless, and they're up by 4, hoping to extend it here. Jackson, side fade, no good, and that's a foul. I believe that will go against Thompson.
Yep.
See the owner of the Midwest Basketball League here, Michael Wright, who is also the DJ. Officials telling the scores table to reset the clock, which he does.
That's good. It's not an easy job.
Mackenzie Johnson missed the three-pointer.
That was completely unexpected. Thompson barely was able to collect the rebound.
Pulls up, no good. Neither team holding anything back now. Andre Hicks with the drive.
He has a smoothness about him, too, that I really like.
He ups.
He puts on the burst or slows down. He definitely runs his game instead of playing yours.
He upped his total to 22 there. Rock Rogers through traffic. Tough angle.
Down low there, Hicks creating the defensive pressure that helped lead to that turnover.
Foul on Minnesota. Cedar Valley can tie or take the lead here.
Wow.
A low-scoring fourth quarter after a torrential pace.
Smart substitution here, I think, by the Kings to swap out some of their guards, keep everybody fresh.
Hicks ties it up.
That was pretty.
Andre Hicks is where Cedar Valley needs him to be in the second half. And we're tied at 114.
4-point swing in less than a minute.
And we're still not done. Rock Rogers through traffic. Lakers having trouble getting some ball movement going. And Cedar Valley with a chance to take the lead here. The Lakers did have a foul to give. They'll use it here. Another towel break.
Yep, little squeak check. See if those shoes squeak when I rub them on the floor. That towel's almost like a hot potato. Everybody's throwing it around. It's an important part of player safety, though, to have that floor to be nice.
Especially in a game as close as this one. Hicks, he's been feeling it, missed the three-pointer. The Lakers have struggled in their last few possessions. They'd love to get something here. Cedar Valley crowding the inside.
Oh. Thompson finds his teammate.
8 to shoot. Jackson. Stutter step. Short on the three. Burford with the rebound.
That step back took him outside his range, it seems. At least on that one shot. Again, we got Buford up top passing.
And he overpasses his target, Marcus Smith.
We have not seen him in the lane very much. He had that monstrous dunk in the first half.
Burford had a monstrous first half period.
Yes.
Since then, just 4 points. And we're stuck at 114. the way this game's going, whoever scores next could end up winning.
Yes. That's not going to happen.
Not there. And that's the last foul to give for Cedar Valley as we're under the final 2 minutes. Nope, that was no foul, just out of bounds. Rock Rogers had a couple of cracks at it. Again!
His persistence is amazing.
Persistence summarizes his performance today. Here comes Cedar Valley. Andre Hicks again.
Hicks has been the answer to the question, who's going to do this for the Court Kings?
Lakers lose the ball.
And Hicks was part of that.
What a performance from Hicks. 26 points. It was Burford who ran the motor for Cedar Valley in the first half. Hicks coming up clutch here in the second half. Just over a minute to play. 1:16, tie game.
And here he is calmly collecting his pick, kicking it
Burford
off.
for three. No good.
Oh, Hicks wanted that shot badly for his teammate. In a tie game, that could have been the difference.
Still not over. 8 to shoot for Thompson.
We've got a little pick and roll being requested.
Thompson, they gotta hurry. They won't get it
gosh.
off.
We are going to have a shot clock violation with 32 seconds left in the game. Wow.
Too much standing around for Minnesota.
Thompson called for a pick and roll on that play. Rock was posting, wanted the ball down low. I think they had to negotiate that. That took too much time to discuss.
32.6 big possession here for Cedar Valley. I wouldn't be surprised if Andre Hicks is the focal point on the play they're drawing up.
Court Kings win. He's the MVP for me.
If you're Minnesota, how do you get a stop?
I don't know what they're going to run. I mean, I really haven't seen like a specific type of offense being played. For sure, I think the Court Kings would love to hit a three right here, take the lead, put a dagger in the heart of the Lakers. I just haven't really seen them shooting that in the second half. The second half's been kind of a completely different game than the first half in a way. That third quarter was frantic, but after that, things have really changed.
The Lakers on the precipice so many times against Cedar Valley and then TC Elite. We were here for that one. They led late, couldn't hang on to it. Moments where they could have picked up statement wins, and that would certainly give them some cushion in the playoff race. But right now, they've got to get one more stop.
Looks like they have a mostly defensive-minded unit on the floor, which I think is a good move for the Lakers. I'm seeing the guys I'd want to see for the Court Kings too, so.
Johnson will inbound it with 32.6 on the clock.
Wouldn't be surprised if he makes the game-winning shot.
Well, Cedar Valley can't hold on to it for the final shot unless they get fouled. And the Lakers out of fouls to give, so that would put them at the line.
A lot of aggressive defense there.
Burford, yes!
Wow, he's back.
Kenny Bass, no good.
It's staying here. It's staying. 14 seconds left.
Lakers need a three. They're going to call a timeout. Shot clock is off. You need a three-pointer now.
Burford.
Go figure. Brady Burford with the go-ahead shot.
Yeah, he had the energy for the last shot. I saw one fan say, whoa, when that shot went up, and I was feeling the same way. It drops, though. Burford putting a good final play in, and we have a half. I'm kind of flipping out myself, I guess. So that makes sense.
Burford out of Chicago, Illinois. Attended William Penn University. One of two William Penn alum on this team. the other being Dockmeyer. David Stanley with some local ties. He played at Concordia University. How much of a gut punch would this be for the Lakers, coming oh so close again?
I'm pretty sure devastating.
Really? 14.2.
Oh, the Kings fans being heard.
Rogers to inbound. Both teams with a timeout left if they need it.
Ball's in. Who's going to shoot it?
No good. Lakers get the rebound. Williams fires. That looks off, and it is. Cedar Valley ball. That's going to do it.
That was a rush. That was like a rushed final play, unfortunately. There was lots of time left, but it felt a little rushed for the Lakers. And the CourtKings get a big three and from an unexpected source in a way as far as the latter half of the second half went. Big bucket.
And the Lakers, unless something miraculous happens in the final 1.6.
Bosek throws his towel down. I think that shows how they're feeling right now. Time to put in your all-defensive unit. Get a stop or a steal here. I think the Lakers got the play they wanted to there. Got the rebound even. Just kind of rushed it. They had lots of time left.
And we see this so often in the sport of basketball. You spend so much energy getting back the lead. They were down by 12 at one point. Cedar Valley, they're no stranger to this situation. You don't have a nearly unblemished mark in 3 years by accident.
No.
Lakers out of fouls to give. The three by Brady Burford, in all likelihood, going to seal this for the CourtKings.
They got the steal in the timeout.
The question is, how much time is left?
There's a little bit of confusion there on that inbound play.
There was. It depends on how quickly Meach Williams called the timeout.
Oh yeah, they got to discuss this.
And we've got kids on the court. I don't think they realize how intense this situation is.
I would think not if they're willing to do that.
If Lakers, they're going to have enough time for a catch and shoot no matter how much time is on the clock.
You can feel the intensity in the air. I think everybody but those two kids on the floor know exactly what's at stake here. Referees are discussing, are they going to change the clock? It looks like they're not. Really, I got to say that this was a pretty well officiated game. Compliments to the referees for that. They usually get the blame, I know, a lot of times, so it's good to see a good crew working.
Lakers will get to inbound it from half court.
CourtKings are set up defensively, probably thinking about the three-point line in particular.
And the Lakers out of timeouts now, so they have to get this in. Enough time for a catch and shoot. That's it.
I think they're playing. My thinking is maybe Bosek's the guy that's going to take this shot.
Bosek hasn't hit a three, but 7/10 is not a lot of time. Got to get the pass in cleanly. They do not. Cedar Valley hangs on for the win. And TC Elite regains the upper hand for that last wild card spot.
They did give up the lead, but they fought back to take the victory.
Andre Hicks was the big man on campus in the fourth, and then Brady Burford. Perhaps it's fitting that it was those two who saved the win for Cedar Valley. Not a win they needed.
Nope.
But one to remind the Midwest Basketball League who the top dog is.
Yes, I think Hicks is the guy to talk to after this game if we can get his time. And what a great game he had.
Burford with 29, Hicks with 26. And Anthony James and Marcus Smith also broke 20 for the Court Kings. The Lakers led by Rock Rogers with 28, 15 from Meach Williams, 14 from Dominic Dawson, but it wasn't enough. Cedar Valley hangs on for a 119-116 win, and now the Lakers are going to need some help if they want to make the playoffs in a couple of weeks. So there's going to be a post-game huddle for Cedar Valley, and then we'll try to get a word with a couple of their players. This is the Midwest Basketball League. Cedar Valley knocks off Minnesota 119-116. And I'm joined by Brady Burford and Andre Hicks of the victorious Cedar Valley CourtKings. Brady, this wasn't a win you needed for playoff seeding, but it sure feels good to get a gritty one on the road.
Yeah, we just came in, tried to play hard, continue our little streak on the road. We won yesterday, in Rochester, and we try to do the same thing today. Just stay aggressive, keep it going. And we knew what they had. We knew what they was playing for, so we just wanted to play hard, stay aggressive, and solid.
And you took an unusual route to start your new winning streak after the loss to TC Elite. Your coach told me you took a week off, and the first day of practice, everyone looked refreshed, ready to go. So what did you learn in that week, and how have you bounced back after that perhaps shocking defeat a few weeks ago?
Well, that week off, I had some family stuff I had to do, but also I was in the gym working on my game, working on my three-point shot. So that helped out a lot tonight. And we handled business at home against TC Elite that last game, so it helped out a lot.
And it's fitting that you mentioned three-point shooting because it was the go-ahead shot you made from beyond the arc that got you the win in a tight game. How were you able to get yourself open for that go-ahead triple?
I was kind of mad at myself. I missed the last one Drake threw to me, so I had to make up for that. And I was open, kind of. He threw it back to me. I had some space, and I just shot it. Confidence, that's all it is. It's confidence.
And it was Dre who picked up the slack for you in the second half, and when it looked like the Lakers were going to pull away, you answered with a bunch of drives to the rim. What do you make of your inside penetration?
Well, with a team like ours, we have so many scorers, so that gives me space to get to the rack. And with us being down a few stars, I feel like I had to pick it up for us.
And that's a good point to bring up. You were down a couple of big names, including last year's Rookie of the Year. Knowing that going into this game with the Lakers team trying to get that playoff spot, what do you make of the resiliency?
Our team's really deep. I mean, we're really underestimated how deep we are. We have a bunch of guys that can start for any other teams in this league, so we were just a next man up type of mentality.
And what would you make of your performance in the second half? Because anytime you held the ball, you saw a lane, there was nobody who could stop you.
I saw the game was still tight, and we didn't want to see them in the playoffs. We wanted to play TC Elite since they gave us our only loss, so just felt like I had to help my team win that game.
So you're hoping for a little bit of vengeance. Of course, there's still another week of games to play. But what does it mean to get the sweep over Minnesota, a team you knew was going to bring it, and do it when you let a 12-point lead go kaput?
It means good. I mean, the first year we played them in the championship game, so they're always kind of a rivalry team, and we've been taking care of business of them lately, so we just wanted to keep it going.
And Brady, you stepped up big in the first half. You had 22 points, only 7 in the second half, but more importantly, you get the win. What does a performance like this say about this team where you don't have Raheem Tyner, Rajon Kelly, and you still find a way to get it done?
What Dre said, we pretty deep and next man up type mentality. I told J-Bo this was going to be his second half, and Dre the one ended up stepping up, but J-Bo made some huge baskets for us, so I'm a first half player. I don't do too good in the second half.
Well, Dre might get tired. He might need you in the playoffs, so you might have to work on that second half game of yours.
Oh, yeah, I'll be ready in the playoffs for sure. Definitely will be ready.
And that being said, you do have the number 1 seed locked up in the Western Conference, so next week you get to play with house money, but what do you hope to do to make another run for that 3rd straight title?
Just get better in practice, work on our defense. That's it. Just defense, rebounding, just get better in practice. That's all.
Andre, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, we'll take this week to get healthy and make sure everybody's ready for the playoffs, make sure we're playing our best basketball.
Well, you certainly played great basketball, especially in the end. Is there anyone you want to say hi to?
Side CourtKings.
Just my daughter, Adriana. Thank you.
All right, Adriana, your dad, he's a clutch basketball player. I hope you took notes. Well, congratulations on the win. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see if you can pick up title number 3 in a couple of weeks. All right. That was Brittany Burford and Andre Hicks from the winning Cedar Valley CourtKings, and that wraps up our coverage here from the High School for Recording Arts. We're back at it next week for the season finale. Until then, for Don Ackerman, I'm Mike Peden. Thank you for watching.